What's up, everyone? So yeah, just getting past the elephant in the room. I've had surgery, I'm alive, and I've been feeling oddly nostalgic, especially with recent things like the Power Ranger 30th anniversary, and it got me thinking about old games. And I remember this bizarre offshoot Pokemon game on the Wii called Pokemon Rumble, and that's what you're hopefully seeing in the footage if I've edited it right. I mean, I'm hoping so because I'm recording this before I start editing for the voiceover. Anyway, it wasn't a game that you could buy on disc, and you needed to spend, I want to say, 800 Nintendo points, but I could be wrong, so that means that this game was a Wii Ware game. WiiWare games tend to be budget titles anyway, so you really wouldn't have seen them on disc at all. So the Wii was an awful console. I purchased this game itself about 3 times in my life, but as I've had different Wiis and Wii U's, I've had to re-buy it, as the purchases back then on the Wii weren't tied to your account, they were tied to the console itself, which I was absolutely devastated when I sold my first Wii, because that had all the Streets of Rage games and lots. They had this on, and then when I got another Wii and they got my account back, nothing. Now, the Wii shop itself, that shut down back in 2019, so if you are enjoying what you're seeing here and you want to play this game, you're going to have to set sail, me hearties. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. So the footage that you hopefully will be seeing here is from a live stream I did while playing the game over on my Twitch channel. I think I played it yesterday, but I'm not too sure. So I may not have been able to capture everything I wanted to show you, so some of the things might not really match up to what's been on the screen, but I'm going to try my best to match it up. So here's some facts coming at you about this game before I get too involved in what I think about it. So it's known as just Pokemon Rumble to most of the world, or at least most of the English speaking world, but in Japan it was released as Ransen Pokemon Sukurambu! I've probably butchered the pronunciation there, but it essentially translates as Melee Pokemon Scramble. It had a worldwide release in 2009, with Japan getting it in June and North America and Europe getting it in November. Europe did get it, I think, a couple of days after North America, but you know, we got it, and I was a day one purchaser on my original version. It's a beat 'em up style game, and you hold your Wiimote like a NES controller, so you turn it on its side. So you've got the D-pad, buttons 1 and 2, so they're your A and B, and the plus button is like your start button. Now, some Pokemon have 2 attacks, and some have 1. It's not really tied to like the strength of the Pokemon either, like you can have a strong Pokemon with only 1 attack. It tends to be that the attack registered to button 2 seems to be the one you use most anyway. Now story wise, not really too much to say. So you play as a toy Pokemon, it starts off when you're like a Rattata, and it puts you into the Battle Royale mode first of all, so that's like against the boss sort of thing. You lose that and then it throws you into the dungeon areas. So I suppose you're essentially a collector who's collecting these toys, and you wind the toy up and then you let the Pokemon go like it's a Beyblade. Obviously it doesn't move like a Beyblade, you're one controlling it. Levels themselves have a free life system, so you get 3 chances, or 3 windy thingy-majiggies, and you can switch your Pokemon during gameplay pretty easily as well. So to catch a Pokemon, you have to tip it over, which can be frustrating, but as you farm stronger Pokemon as you go, so that's not too bad. And there is a password system in place for rare Pokemon as well, but if you're like me playing a legally acquired PAL version, there's not many passwords out there for the PAL region. It does seem like the American version has a lot of passwords as well as the Japanese version, so who knows. Maybe it's just a case that the PAL passwords didn't really get documented too well. So back onto the gameplay anyway. As you go through these dungeons, which I use that term loosely, it's more like small repeated mini-maps, but if you prefer, yeah, I'm tripping on words, but it's better, tripping on my words again, small mini-maps, which then prepare you for the Battle Royale, where it's you versus a lot of Pokemon and some bosses. I've never really completed the game, so I can't tell you what it's like at the end or how many Pokemon are in the game. So far as my gameplay, I've only ever really seen the Kanto Pokemon, but I'm aware there is another region with Pokemon in there, and as far as I know, it's not the Johto region as well. It might be the Diamond Pearl region, considering this game takes its assets from the Pokemon farm thing. I'll try and remember what it's called by the end of the video. I think the final boss in the game is Mewtwo as well, so that way you can tip Mewtwo over and get Mewtwo. Now, the game itself supports up to 4 players, but good luck finding people who will want to play this with you. That's not to say it's not a bad game. In fact, I think it's mindless fun. And as well, looking at the reviews back in the day as well, they're also saying it's mindless but fun. Ouch, they are really being hard on it for being reusing assets. Pokemon Ranch, that was it, my Pokemon Ranch, reusing the assets from my Pokemon Ranch, which was like an external storage option for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which then links me back to thinking, yeah, maybe it was the Diamond and Pearl Pokemon that were in there. So you've got that generation Pokemon and Generation 1. Off the top of my head, I can't say which generation number Diamond and Pearl was. Diamond and Pearl sucked. That's just plain and simply. It was the first DS games and they were fucking terrible. Maybe I'll do a video on the My Pokemon Ranch one day, assuming I can link my Diamond and Pearl up somehow to my Wii U. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, honestly, I do really enjoy Pokemon Rumble, and I had so much fun playing it again on the live stream. Shout out to Casey for joining me towards the end of the stream as well. It was just nice having someone to talk to as I played. And I'm actually glad that Pokemon Rumble became its own small series as well. I think it had 2 3DS games and a Wii U sequel, which I do have. Now, the Wii U sequel was Nintendo's first use of the NFC toys, as far as I'm aware, so it predates Amiibo, whatever it's called. I have 2 of them somewhere. I have Pikachu, and I think one of the legendaries from Black and White 2. You could either get the black one or the white one, and I can't remember which one I had, I just know I had it and it broke. I didn't really enjoy the NFC thing. It would have been cool to have as a Pokemon collector, but yeah, you know. But yeah, being a cheap budget game, this Wii version, it works well for what it does. The only real downside I would say about it is once you've played up 20 minutes of it, you've experienced all there is to see. But if you're enjoying yourself, that's what gaming's about. So yeah, even all these years later, this game has brought me joy. And I'm going to play it again, probably not on stream, I'll be playing it by myself. I think there's also a mobile version of the game as well. Maybe that's been delisted now, I don't know. I don't really play mobile games. I think the only mobile game I've ever really enjoyed was Pokemon Go, and I sort of play it now still, sort of not, just when I can be bothered. But yeah, thanks for watching, more content for you guys soon. If you want to know more about games like this, keep watching or ask me some questions and I'll do my best to get back to you all. But yeah, thanks for watching. I try not to be like the other YouTubers saying this kind of stuff, but it really does help. Like, subscribe, comment, all these interactions do help the channel grow. And I've seen the most growth on my channel in a long time recently, so that's been really nice. And I'm probably going to see a massive dip of unsubscribers with another video I've got coming out. So yeah, take it easy.